A new era of racing will be shown today to DNQ Racing. Treaded Hoosier tires are coming to DNQ, but tonight it is the final race of the season. It is the Pink Magic Tire Prep Fall Final Race, the last race of the DNQ Karting Series season. We have 4 championships to hand out tonight. The DNQ Pink Magic ARCA Series Championship, however, has not yet been decided. Eddie is down with one of those competitors right now. Let's go down to Eddie DeHaan, who is with Nigel Stanley.
Well, welcome down here to a very special Trackside Live for Fall Final here at the Pink Magic final race of the year. I'm here with Nigel Standish. Nigel, you've had a great season in ARCA, and Pink Magic, the sponsor of that series. You and Ronnie Shirk, you guys are tied in points. Talk about what did you do differently to get into this race here tonight, and what do you got to do? I mean, what's your mindset?
Well, first of all, you look back at the mistakes we made when I had my brain splattered somewhere over there. I mean, if we finish in the top 5 in that race, we have a nice little cushion here. So, I mean, we ran Friday night, didn't run very well, tried some stuff, found some stuff, bent some parts. So, we got everything fixed up, got a lot of tires here, but I mean, that track's pretty wet, so I think we're going to be down on, I got about 2 sets that might work. I don't know. We're going to see what Ronnie brought. I mean, only got to beat one guy versus, 15.
And talk about the season that you've had in the ARCA Series. I mean, you guys have done very well, obviously, to be in this position. But how is it running the ARCA Series with, sometimes we have some guys that are actually pretty decent running the ARCA Series, but once you win this championship, you can't run it again. Is it kind of a bittersweet deal?
Yeah. I mean, I love the ARCA Series. I've actually won more races in the Busch Series, oddly enough. I kind of think it helps running first, and then you kind of test and tune and get your shit together for the Busch race. So obviously we want to win the championship. Would love to not have to race ARCA again. I probably won't tear up as much shit. So yeah, we got 25 laps hopefully left in my ARCA career.
Nigel Standish, he's down here joining us live at Trackside Live. He's going for the ARCA Series Championship. Hey, we want to thank you for running this ARCA Series this year. Pink Magic does a great job with it, and good luck tonight when you're out racing Ronnie Shirk.
Yeah, I use Pink Magic, so thanks to those guys. And I got to thank my sponsor, Elite Master Contractors. They came on board about halfway through the year, and they've really helped our program. We haven't won with them on, so the sponsor's actually coming out tonight. So, I mean, you really got to have our shit together, because I'm not sure if he's going to re-up if we don't bring this thing home.
Well, good luck, and hopefully you do. Sponsors are everything, so
that's everything.
Good luck.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
All right, well, let's talk about the tires that we're debuting tonight. And tonight is a Hoosier tire. And welcome back to Bill Chester and Jay-Z as well joining us in here. This is what the tires we're going to see for Hooters Pro Cup, Dash, and the Cup Series next year. It is these Hoosier tires, which are mini outlaw tires, with no prep. We're going to police that very hard, and it's a very large fine if you caught prepping with lab tests. But it's going to take a lot of the prep out.
Do we honestly think DNQ is going to lab test the tire? They barely have enough money to get in the gate.
I mean, the rumor is that this tire does not take prep well. So people will be ruining a whole bunch of sets of tires unless they want to spend that bank on some special trick prep when they don't want to spend money on soap to wash themselves. So I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, Millbridge.
They got some hunted spokes on that thing, though.
Millbridge will send a piece of the tire out to test in the lab, and if you are caught prepping tires, it's a $500 fine. So I mean, that's a great deterrent system. But let's go down to Eddie, who's got some updates on the series, and we'll see what we got for tonight's action.
Well, the 2019 DNQ Karting Series season has been nothing but exciting. In the DNQ Goodies Dash Series, Mike Contarino took home the championship at the fair. In the Cup Series, it seems like Tyson Freeze just has to start tonight's race to take home the title. In the Busch Series, it's Robert Showalter, who has already taken that championship. And in Heavy Cup Series, it looks like Caleb Clenard may have that locked up. But now we get down to the ARCA Pink Magic Series. ARCA Pink Magic Prep is the sponsor of tonight's race at the Fall Final. Ronnie Shirk and Nigel Standish are the 2 drivers who've had a great season so far this year, but they both are racing each other. They have 0 points at the top of the other. So tonight's race, the best finisher will take home the DNQ ARCA Pink Magic Tire Series, and it is down to this final race to see who will take home that championship. All right, well, in the ARCA Series, in the Pink Magic ARCA Series, we have a tie in points. Ronnie Shirk and Nigel Standish will battle it out for the championship tonight. And both of these drivers have had their times where they've had some downs and they've had some ups through the season, Bill.
Bob, I like Nigel. Nigel sounds like a name that ain't gonna take shit from anybody and might take your girl after he takes that trophy.
Bill, I gotta completely disagree with you. Ronnie Shirk's the type of guy that likes to get shit done. He'll shit can someone for first place. I think he's gonna get the championship tonight.
Well, you know, Ronnie Shirk has had some great finishes this year, yet to break into the win column, but tonight's a great night to do that as well. So Nigel Standish has one win this year at the Intercourse, but that's not this track that we're racing here tonight, so it's going to be difficult to really pick a winner tonight, I think, Bill.
Yeah, it is. But I still like Nigel. He looks like king of the trailer park, and I don't know if anybody's ever been to Millbridge, but it's basically a trailer park.
There you go. Let's go down and talk to Ronnie Shirk. Well, down here with Ronnie Shirk, and Ronnie also one of those other drivers that is racing for the Pink Magic ARCA Series Championship. You're tied with Nigel Standish. We talked to him earlier. He said he ran horrible here Friday night. So he's kind of worried about what he's got going on here for tonight's race, and with the weather that we've had tonight, I mean, the track's pretty wet. What do you got tonight? Did you run Friday night as well?
Yeah, I ran Friday night, and actually he did better than I did. I was chasing gears all night, and finally last race I ended up doing decent, but he finished ahead of me, and he has a better shot at this than I do. Hopefully tires tonight are ready to go. Yeah, it's rained all day, and shit, I don't know. I'm just gonna wing it. Hey, I'm just racing one person tonight. If what's his name?
Nigel.
Not Nigel. Fuck, I can't remember his name.
Kyle. Brown? Yeah.
He can go out there and whoop everybody's ass. I don't give a shit. He can laugh at me and wave to me. Go right ahead. I got one person tonight. That's Nigel, and hopefully we can pull this together and get it.
So talk about your season so far. You've had a couple top 3 finishes. You have 3 top 3 finishes in the season. We only do top 3 because that's really the only that matters. But it's been a pretty good season so far. Would it be bittersweet to win this championship and not be able to run ARCA anymore?
That's fine. I don't plan on running it next year anyways. If I get the championship, that means I'm automatically in the All-Star race next year. So that's what matters to me. I don't plan on running the slicks anymore. Going groups next year, save some time, money, get to spend more time with my family and not in the garage.
Yeah, to that groove tire deal, we're running that tonight. You're going to be running that race as well. What did you learn here when you tested those Hoosier tires?
Well, when I ran them, I ran just the Dash Series tires. It was a handful getting into the turn. I had to hit the brakes a little bit to get it to set in. I don't know the other tires. Oh shit! I took the other tires out Friday night after the race. Ran the bottom. It was slick. Ran the top. It was awesome. So I'm hoping next year. I hope we do a little bit more topside. I think it puts on a better show for everybody. All the millions of fans that are out here tonight. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next year. Yeah.
Ronnie Shirk hoping to pop that championship champagne here tonight. It's a bottle of $2 Andre. So, if you get that, don't drink it. Just spray it. So.
Right, sounds good.
Well, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Yeah. Always good to hear from Ronnie Shirk, and good luck to him tonight chasing that championship. But coming up next, Caleb Kennard is going to join us at Trackside Live, and he's going to talk about his season so far in 2019.
Out here, a man isn't measured by where he started. Just where he finishes.
Kyle wins at Stafford. Big shout out to the rest of my family and all my DNQ buddies. They teach me a lot about roughing people up, so it helped today.
Building champions one race at a time.
DNQ Fall Final is brought to you by Pink Magic Tire Prep by Jamie Knopf. Check them out for all your tire prep needs. A great prep line to get involved with, and Jamie is one of the best, so he knows what he's doing. Well, let's go down to Caleb Kennard, who's with it. Well, Caleb Kennard joins us down here at the pre-race show for the Pink Magic Tire Prep Fall Final. You have had a really good year this year in DNQ racing, and you can only dream about having the season you had so far this year. I think it's 6. I could be lying. I have no idea. I did my homework very well before this race, but you've had such a good year here. Who can you contribute that to, or was it just a thing of racing more, or what brought you to this point here this year?
I got to give Eddie Mishu a whole lot of credit on that deal. Last year and the past couple of years, I've been switching engine builders a whole lot, and when I got on Eddie's motors, it was just instant success right off the bat. And also Ultramax racing chassis. Nitro gears also came on board this year, and fast forward clutches, they've been with me for the past 30-something years.
And we talk about that Heavy Cup series. I think you started the year between Cup and Heavy Cup, and then all of a sudden, like towards the summer, you were like unbeatable in Heavy Cup. I think you won like, what, 4 races in a row or something like that?
Something like that.
So when you have that much success in a series and then you pretty much dominate it, going to win the championship here tonight, I don't think there's anybody anywhere close to you in points. I mean, that's a sense of accomplishment here in DNQ, and then you get to run the All-Star race next year no matter what.
Well, see, I'm glad you mentioned that because I like that all-star deal, and you know, only way we can lose the championship in the ghost face is if I just don't even sign up. So, you know, we basically done clinched that. You know, we don't have a good chance at Tyson, but we still gonna give him a run for the money for the race win.
Yeah, that Cup trophy is pretty impressive, isn't it?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, that was the main goal at the beginning of the year, but we just had too many things happen throughout the year. I look at the Ghostface series, and we haven't finished worse than second all year. And when I look at the Cup, we finished 6th, we finished 7th, we finished 3rd, we won, we finished 2nd. We just wasn't consistent enough in that series to run with Tyson when, you know, he's one of the best, and he rarely finishes outside the top 3 no matter where he goes.
Yeah, he's definitely tough to beat. Definitely one of the best here in DNQ competition. Well, good luck tonight. Don't drink too much. We've got some champagne for you. It's really crappy champagne, so you can spray it, do whatever you want with it. But thanks for running our season this year, and thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. And even though Tyson ain't nowhere near, I know he's going to see this. So grow some hair, bud. It adds 2 tenths on the racetrack. You get a little extra downforce. So.
The shit talking continues between these two, and tonight we know they're going to put on a good show. All right, Bill, let's take a look at Caleb Kennard this year. He's had a very good season.
Caleb Clittard, he's the fucking man. I love him. That picture is probably like 3 years old.
It
because
is.
He's got hair top right now. But when it comes to getting it done on the racetrack, he can do it. I think he puts some of that prep on the tires, takes a little sip, burns it in, and that's what takes him to the front. He's got 4 wins.
Bill, I got to agree with you. This guy, Redhead Redemption here, he's got his own prep line, 5-star tire specialties. Some people have thrown some shade his way saying, you know, he's not beating the best people, but no one else has showed up that can beat him. Anyone that pulls to that track, he just kicks their ass straight up. So bring on the challengers. I still think he wins tonight.
He's had a great season this year. There is no doubt about that. Well, the Cup Series championship is basically decided, but let's look through our champions over the years. Jeff Kuhn won that championship. Tim Nye won the championship 2 years in a row. Then we had L.J. McCleary and Jason Denny, our last champion in the Cup Series this year. Looks like Tyson Freeze is going to take home that championship, and we love that trophy. And in the Busch Series, it was the Goon Dude. Jordan Rummage, Alex Cunningham, Steve Morcillo, Caitlin Benj, and Robert Showalter, who has clinched a championship this year as well in the Busch Series. And I got to tell you what, no matter what, I mean, that's kind of our perennial 2 series that we've run throughout the years, but it's pretty cool to look back at all those guys that won the championship.
Out at the cabin, fresh mountain air. Wake up, we got good times to share. Crack open a can of the finest blend. Get that Busch Latte feeling with my best friend.
Busch Lattes feature a thick foam, great aroma, and of course a finish that's crisp and cold as a mountain stream.
The crisp way to greet your day. Grab a cup of Busch Latte.
Ghostface Brewing, Heavy Cup Series starting lineup. Caleb Kennard on the Tar Heel Race Supplies pole with David May on the outside pole.
David Mayonnaise, Ryan Richmond, and Nick Beatty.
We got the 20 of Curtis Markham and
Jail Beatty.
C.J. Winston.
Mike Contarino will round out the field. He'll have an in-cart camera as well tonight in the last race of the season here for this Heavy Cup Series. Floats around 6 carts or so. The series is going away next year. It's going to be combined with the Cup Series. 425 AKRA NK engine rules. We're not running this shit next year, so you don't really need to know about it, but that's the information for it.
I like that we got Mike Clittard and Jail Beatty in the same race.
You know, these are the heavier drivers, too. These carts weigh 425, so these guys are somewhere around 200 pounds apiece, and if not, they've got a lot of weight on their cart. And the 5-star Tire Specialties in-cart camera will be held by Mike Contarino. He has one tonight. And we have got one more, and that'll be Ryan Richmond. So that sponsorship is open for next year. If you're interested in doing that, you can sponsor the in-cart cameras. We say that name quite a bit, don't we, Jay-Z?
We spit it out indefinitely in the middle of the night, in the middle of making love to my wife. I whisper in her ear, 5-star Tire Specialties. And she gets pissed, but I can't help it. You get great promotion here in the DNQ series.
You know, it took me a while to get used to saying that as a green flag flies. We are underway, and we have as much go-karts as the K&N East Series did at Dover. So, you know, we've got a competitive field here tonight.
You know, Richmond can get
We do, and
Richmond's P3
it's half the price, too.
Half the price. All the exposure as well as we got Clenard, who we talked about a little bit earlier, running second, trying to run down. Who's that in P1 there, Bob?
It's David Mayo, Ghostface Brewing connoisseur himself. He's trying to hold off the season wins leader, Caleb Clenard. And, you know, we see that top groove coming in a little bit here. And we know the treaded guys practice there, and they were kind of moving up towards the top end of the track. And these guys are definitely power bottoms, aren't they there, Bill?
They sure are. David Mayo's one that I really want to talk about. He's a tire changer by trade, so he's used to being on his knees a lot. Oh, and we got one in the mud.
Curtis
Shit.
Markham goes around for a spin as we go
that
back.
no drive in.
Caleb Kennard leads the field as we go back under green, and he's checked out, but looks like that Highline's got a little bit momentum as we're on board with Mike Contarino.
Mike Clitorino at the bottom of this pack. He's working his way up next to Jailbait, it looks like.
He definitely is, and you know, in these carts here, it's pretty much wide open all the way around. You might be breathing it a little bit, and you don't drive them as much. But hey, it's all about tires in this series, and that's kind of what we're trying to get rid of by bringing in the treaded stuff.
Right, but the next thing we got to get rid of is that damn splitter. That splitter is fucking everything up. You see the leader? He's got that aero advantage. There's a big aero push in second. That's why you can see him back about 10, 12 car lengths.
Bill, if we've learned anything from watching other series around the country, more downforce, bigger splitters, bigger spoilers is obviously the solution to the dirty air problem we have.
Drop that cross member 8 inches. Get them off the ground. You see these side skirts dragging in the mud? The aero guys think that's like 6 counts of downforce or something like that. But they don't know that it's just dragging the fucking motor down and you lose 25 horsepower by doing it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you look at the racing product it's producing right now. Caleb Clenard is out to a 52-second lead. And this is good old-fashioned go-kart racing right here. As we're on board Mike Contarino. You know, this is what we're trying to avoid watching. And as much as I think some of the people love to race this way, and it's good old-fashioned kart racing, and they had the best tires. They got one shit can on the
There's
left
only
rear.
2 karts within a mile of him, and he left rears them.
I mean, this is what go-kart racing should not be. This is extremely boring to watch. I mean, it's probably okay, fun to race in, but like, it's so strung out. It's terrible. I mean, the racing product is
This
junk.
is the retard class, right?
What's that?
I mean, Mayo's in it, so it's gotta be.
It's the I work on Saturdays and Sundays class.
Fuck, it better be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what it's come down
Don't
to.
quit your day job. Anybody out there,
Yeah.
especially you, Markham.
The thing is the getting your tires right. It's like how you measure your dick in this class with racing all over the Southeast. You know, everyone's secretive about what kind of inside roll they're using, what kind of outside way, blah blah blah. Just jerking each other off in the shop, bragging about who's got what recipe for the heavy wet track. Something like we have, you know, closer tonight, where you see that monster ultra black prep groove going. I think we're on our 5 to go caution, Bob.
Yes, we are. That was our 5 to go caution as Clenard takes the green. I was texting somebody on my phone, so it shows you how excited I am about this race. As we go on board with Ryan Richmond, as this is probably going to be the only time we're going to see him packed up within the next 2 laps.
So tell me, Jay-Z, a little bit more about the tires while we're on the 5-star tire specialty scam.
Well,
do they poke holes in the tires for you too?
You know, there is a rumor that some people are bleeding their tires. to stay out in front, but no one has the $50 to put up the protest to have the DNQ series tested. So it's just been, a free-for-all, breaking the rules, doing whatever the hell they want. They have enough trouble trying to tech the heads on these Predator engines as it is, but with these NKA, RKA, or AKRA engines, they can do whatever the hell they want. So who knows what's going on out there?
Yeah, as the white flag is out for Caleb Kennard, and he has once again had a pretty damn good season. He's going to come off a 4 and take the victory and flap that mullet out, take that win.
You called it, Jay-Z.
Red Head Redemption, P1, baby.
Let's go down and talk to him in Victory Lane. Well, down here in Victory Lane in Ghostface Heavy Cup Series competition, Caleb Kennard, this is, I think it's win number 5 or 6 of the year. You had a tremendous race here tonight, a tremendous season, and you've also won the Ghostface Brewing Heavy Cup Series championship as well. Congratulations.
Thank you. There's a lot of people I got to thank in this whole deal. Ultramax Racing Chassis, Eddie Mishu, Fast Forward Clutches, Nitro Gears, Ashley Ellison Jr., my dad, Randall Beck, Justin Boger. The list can go on, but, it's just been a real good year right here.
So a championship in DNQ, something you've probably wanted to do since you started this year. What does it feel like to achieve that goal?
Well, I'm going to have to take a shot at Stanley right here. It would have been a lot better if he would have kept on running. That way we could race it out, but, it's still, these, Mayo, these guys, they've got a lot better throughout the year, and they've been able to run with us a little bit more. We just had everything dead on tonight.
Caleb Kennard, your champion and your winner of tonight's race.
Congratulations, Matt.
Nick Beatty comes home second tonight in the Ghostface Brewing Heavy Cup Series final race of the year. Nick, you come out here running a limited schedule, and it's good to see you come out of the box here and be pretty competitive and come home in a second place finish.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. First time in the cart in 3 months, and a little rusty and everything, but I couldn't do it without my sponsors and everything. NDB Racing, Nate Briggs, the tire god of go-kart racing. Got the substitute tire guy here. He's the man when he's not around. But Dwayne Brown and Racing Engines, for all the horsepower and everything, I just couldn't do it without him.
Yeah, Nathan Briggs worked a lot with Jordan Rummage when he won the Busch Series Championship a couple of years ago. But talk about running this Heavy Cup Series. We're kind of going in a different direction next year. But how was the competition in this series here tonight?
It's very competitive, more competitive than I thought it was going to be, taking a lead of absence and everything. But I think you got a good thing going, and I hope to come back next year.
Second place finish tonight for Nick Beatty.
Good job, man.
Oh, Ghostface Brewing driver himself, David Mayo, down here after a third place finish. Mayo, you took the lead on the top at the start of that race. Were you surprised there was that much grip up there?
I was very surprised. Groove tires, I think, helped with that, and the work Jeremy Burdett did on the racetrack really helped out a lot. When I went down in there, I was like, Caleb's not going to wreck me, so we're going to try this. And it stuck, and I was impressed with myself.
So the series throughout the year, you won a race here this year in the series. It's been a ton of fun. This sponsor going to the Cup Series next year, Ghostface Brewing Cup Series, and a little bit different setup for next year as well. Are you looking forward to that? I mean, I know we were kind of getting a decent crowd in this stuff, but I really think what's to come in the future is going to be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I think the Ghostface Series next year is going to be lights out. I mean, we had a pretty solid year this year. Had a few guys turn out quite a bit. We had good competition, good racing. I mean, you can't ask for a better ending right there.
Yeah, we got 9 carts for that Treaded Clone Series, and that's what the future holds for Ghostface Brewing Cup Series. You might see David Mayo run that and hammer down.
Thank you.
Congrats to Caleb Kennard as he locks in the DNQ Ghostface Brewing Heavy Cup Series Championship. But coming up next, it is the DNQ Pink Magic ARCA Series feature.
I'm going to open up 2 beers. Okay. You tell me which sounds more refreshing. Gotcha. This one? Or this one?
Bush.
Definitely the one that went bush. What beer is that?
Are you being serious?
Yes.
It's Bush.
Right.
Bush.
All right, so go to the ARCA starting lineup. Kyle Brown on the Tar Heel Race Supplies Polo War with Johnny O on the outside.
I like Nigel because he reminds me of Timmy Knight.
Justin Anderson in the 249 or Ronnie Carroll in the 26.
Ronnie Carroll had that.
Oh, there's a Bob Sugar in this fucking race.
There sure is. Ryan Balance, Michael Reimer. Ronnie Carroll had that DNQ
Michael
logo.
Rimmer.
He had that DNQ logo next to his head because he is running one of our stock engines. That we supply engines to a couple of the drivers. We told him to show up without an engine on his cart, and he is running the stock one.
Jesus, there's 2 Markhams in this race, too.
Yeah, that's trouble right there. Here's the info for this
Thank
series.
God they're starting in the back.
We will run this series next year. So here you go. There's your information. In-car
Bob,
camera.
what's the over-under on the Markham brothers getting lapped? Like 3.5 laps?
David struggled this year like really bad. I don't know what he had going on or what
Worse
what's
than normal?
I mean, like,
he almost won a race one
yeah,
time.
dude, he's almost won about 2 or 3 races. Like at AR, he's good, but I don't know what happens as we go green. What happened to him this year? I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't give a shit.
I think he doesn't have that measuring stick like Daniel Eisenhower or Buskirk or Timmy Knott.
You could do a whole 30 for 30 on what happened to Markham this year. He wasn't P1 on a perennial basis, but he's always in the picture, right? We would call his name once in a while, but this season, he's just been...
He's like Michael Annette.
Yes, he's been Helen Kellering his way around the track this year. I don't know what's going on. He's just been blind, feeling his way around. As we're on board with my pick, Ronnie Shirk. I think this motherfucker's going to get it done tonight. Hopefully he sticks this move on the inside and gets by and starts moving his way towards the front.
Well, if he's going to do it, he's got a lot of work to do to get back up to Nigel Standish, who's running 4th right now. But one thing about Ronnie is he can make his way through a field, so we'll see if he gets there. As right now, Kyle Brown leads the field, and he's doing very well. He's had trouble in the tech barn lately, but we'll get that handled. And Alex Bonsugar is up to P5.
Well, that's not bad. I mean, he is the fucking idiot of the Bonsugar family. I mean, we know the other 2 Sugars can get it done. They do weekly in the modifieds. But you know how they say, talent skips a generation, and Alex, yeah, skipped you, buddy.
Well, right now he's the 5th biggest dick in the DNQ series, so that's something to write home about, I guess.
Yeah, definitely in the ARCA series, the 5th biggest one.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
He's got that going for him, at least at this point in time. Yeah,
all right, who's leading this fucker?
Kyle Brown right now is leading, and Ronnie Carroll trying to make the
downtown
move on
Brown.
Bonsugar. Bonsugar a little sideways there. Brown Town. Right now, Nigel Standish has the championship locked down. As long as he stays ahead of Shirk. Very true.
Shirk's letting me down. I don't know what the hell it was. He looked confident today. You know, in that little one-on-one session that Eddie had with him, he seemed like he knew what was going on, but he must be drunk already. I don't know what it is. He's running in the back. Speak of the devil, we're on board with him now with our 5-star Tire Specialties onboard camera.
On board with Ronnie Gon in P8.
Yeah, I love the...
I think he owns the casino.
I have to say, this is probably my favorite series out of all the ones we got because these guys are all over the damn place. I mean, even the guys
so is
towards
this
the
fucking
front.
camera. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Yeah, every once in a while we get some Helen
fucking
Keller moments out of him.
Parkinson's to hold this thing?
No, yeah, every once in a while he has some jerky fingers. But hey, you know, it's
your old lady told me that too.
It's the best we can do. All right.
The top's coming in good.
Yeah.
Showalter making the move on Johnny O as they head down the backstretch. That is for the 2nd spot. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th all over each other. And Ronnie Carroll in that stock engine up to 5th, doing fairly well. Whoa. Oh, my goodness.
Whoa. Rip the fence.
Yeah.
Bill, I was just noticing as this track's changing, that famous PCP, that Angel Just, is starting to pile up on that high line. And the minute you put your tire in it, you're face first in the wall. That guy's lucky he's alive.
Bill, we're seeing this Monster Energy Ultra Black Groove starting to just come in. And what does that do to the setup most of the time when they're out there racing?
Well, a lot of the times the go-kart tightens up, right? If you have your soft tires you may have had on in practice when the track was real heavy and wet, you show up for the feature with those tires, you're going to be pushing like crazy. You probably should have gone up 3 or 5 points in hardness. And maybe it's another argument for putting those treaded tires in all the classes next year to tighten the field and make sure there's not such a wide window of operation, or narrow window of operation, I should say. You get a little more to work, as we're showing a replay here up in the Angel Dust, someone almost losing their life there.
Yeah, that was Alex Bonson. You are losing it right there. Going a lap down now.
I told you. Jay-Z, what if you had Tim Brewer as your crew chief and you fucked up and ran them soft tires? what can you do during the race to sort of make do?
You can change your line a little bit. Maybe try to run the bottom a little bit and lift and run the shortest line around. But with these fucking go-karts, you have what you have once you're on the racetrack. There's not a whole lot you can do. If the guys in front of you got better tires, you're not going to catch them. You better have a full 30 rack in the fridge at home so you can drink it off when you get back to the trailer.
And that's what Ronnie Shirk's doing right now. He is just taking it, and he's hoping that Nigel Standish has an issue as he is up to third and Shirk is towards the back of the field as we go back under the green flag. Only a few laps to go here in this Argus Series season finale, and Ronnie Shirk is struggling. As we're on board with him in the 5-star tire specialist in-car camera, you're doing all you can at this point. He's shaking his head. He knows he's lost his championship.
Yeah, we just saw 150-year-old Bill Elliott taking around him on the outside. Fuck.
Yeah, this is tough. And Ronnie Carroll with that stock engine is leading this race right now. And, the DNQ Series supplies engines every once in a while. They'll send you a message, say show up with that. And then just Ronnie Shirk is around off of 3 and 4.
No driving.
Yeah.
He's just having a bad night. He's probably driving over his head, trying to make his cart do more than it could as we're looking at this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic case of trick fucked yourself.
Yeah,
that's a loose
I'm sure he
end.
brought everything that he had in the garage, but he overthought it and did stuff that he hadn't been doing all year, and here he is.
Few laps to go. Green flag is in the air. Let's see if Carroll can take the lead. Oh, Ryan Balance got a heck of a run up top. He is to the lead now.
Yeah, that was a run for sure, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, Ryan Balance takes the white flag in the lead. He has never won a DNQ Series race, but tonight could be his night.
He's probably so stiff right now, he's not going to be able to stand up when he gets out of that go-kart. Because I know winning the DNQ is a big deal as Balance comes to the line.
Ryan Balance here in victory lane for the first time in his DNQ career will win. I know Jeremy and Ashley probably aren't too happy about us doing that right there, but your first win, we got to do something like that. We kept it down here. So, man, that was something else. Where did that come from on the top groove there?
I don't know, man. We were rolling on the top since the race, or the start of the race. The second restart was real good. So was the third one. We just hauled the mail. I was hoping nobody was going to take it. I didn't know if I could hold them, but I was going to try. And it worked out in our favor, and thank goodness. We want to dedicate this win to Blake Clemmo that passed away Monday night. I worked with him when I first started in racing, and he was a good dude, and I'm glad we can get this for him. And want to thank House of Paul's Dog Rescue for coming on board and sponsoring. It's pretty cool to get a win with the first ever sponsor. This has been my first sponsor since Mom and Dad helped me out when I was a kid, so it was a pretty cool win.
Yeah, you got Zach Marquardt here, too. He's won a couple of these races before, too. But I'll tell you what, it's always great to see somebody different win these races. How does it feel to finally win one of these things?
Oh, it's great. I've always been at the back of the pack, and Zach got me set up and dialed in on tires. I've been working on them for about a week and a half, and we got them dialed in, and she went to the front.
First career win for Ryan Balance. Congratulations. A second place finish for Robert Showalter. Robert, you picked up the Busch Series by sitting that race out. Strategy works, right? You may as well do it, but I thought maybe if you had a couple more laps, you may have gotten him here at the end.
Yeah, I felt like we were a little bit better than him, but I don't know if I was going to be able to pass him. It was fun. It was the last caution, 5 to go. I fell back to 5th, and I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" I was running 2nd, and then me and him decided to go on the high side, and man, it's got some grip up there, and we just shot out of a cannon out of the high side, and he won, and I finished 2nd.
Well, we'll talk to him later when he gets presented the Busch Series Championship. Robert Showalter, second place here tonight in the ARCA feature. Ronnie Carroll comes home third tonight. Ronnie, the one thing that was very interesting about tonight, despite the fact you were leading with only a few laps to go, was you had the house engine that Knopf has been running the last couple races. Did you feel any difference between that thing which you normally run?
To be honest with you, not a whole lot. Yay. Not a whole lot. But it ran pretty good. Tires were good. We had them until somebody spun. We would have had it. It didn't take off on that restart. And high side must be pretty good because they were gone. So.
Yeah, well, I see that they had a really good run. Why did you not take the high side there at the end?
common sense usually tells you just to stay low on restarts. So yeah, I didn't try it.
Ronnie Carroll could win. I mean, hey, he had a really good year this year, but he can run ARCA again next year. He is eligible to run for that championship. He wants to get this interview over with, get this shit over with. Second place tonight. What could you have done any different?
I don't know. I have no fucking clue. I'm just pissed off right now. We had a good, well, I'm not pissed off. We had a good year. I had a lot of people helping me, and we just weren't there tonight. Missed it on tires, and now my only hope is Tech. Let's find out what happens there.
We're going to see. We got Tech tonight, so we'll roll through that. Well, so far, Nigel Standish is your 2019 Pink Magic Tire Prep ARCA Series champion. You had a pretty good piece. The restarts kind of fell in your favor. Why the high line towards the end of that race?
Well, I was more scared that Ronnie was going to go take the top, and I knew I had about 4 carts in front of him, and I was like, well, if I take the bottom, I'll be about 7th, and I was like, well, he'll be right beside me. So it was more defensive, and then on the last one, I knew he was going to be in the back, and I was like, well, we'll take the bottom. That way we don't get fenced or anything like that. So, but I got to thank Derek Martin and Elite Master Contractors, man. They jumped on board here. So you got any roof issues, hail damage, you give them a call. I mean, look at all these people here that came out. So this is great. So it's been a lot of fun. Thanks to Megan, my fiance, for putting up with all the tire prep smells in the house. So we'll try in the bush race. I don't think we got a piece to win, but we came to win championships. So far, we're just got to go to the Tech barn.
Standish is going to do that. We'll talk to him after he passes Tech for the championship interview.
Out here, a man isn't measured by where he started. Just where he finishes.
Jeremy Clements from Spartanburg, South Carolina, has found his way into the playoffs by winning at Road America.
Building champions one race at a time.
All right, well, the Hearts HVAC feature had 4 go-karts, so I'm not making a video for it. So if you guys can't get 6 carts here, we're not doing videos. In this race, it was a complete snooze fest. Caleb Kennard got to the outside of Tyson Freeze and took the lead right away.
You know, poor Caleb, poor Redhead Redemption. You know, people are knocking him. I see it on Twitter. I see it in the Facebook's comments and on the IGs. You know, oh, Caleb's pretty good, but man, he doesn't race against anybody. Well, then put your go-kart in the trailer, come to the track and try to beat his ass, because right now he's just kicking the shit out of everyone that shows up.
Absolutely.
Tyson Waffle Fries is a big name. He's won in the hog motors before. He knows what he's doing.
He's no slouch.
I mean, beating Tyson Fries is a big deal.
Absolutely.
5 to go caution. Kennard takes the lead, gets the jump. Pretty much just takes it home after that, but it was Freeze who would take home the championship.
I like Fries because his car's black.
Let's go down and talk to Tyson Freeze. I'm down here with my kid. Say hi. He kept screaming for me every interview we did, so we brought him down here. But I want to talk to Tyson Freeze, who finished 2nd here tonight. But more importantly, you take home the Hearts HVAC Cup Series championship, and that trophy is probably one of the coolest trophies we have in DNQ. A good run tonight and a championship as well.
I appreciate it, man. He's fired up, 80. Yeah, man, it was congrats to Caleb and them on winning the race. My cart just wasn't that good tonight. Just wouldn't turn. Didn't have any drive up off the corner. Them guys did a good job, and it's been fun running this thing the whole year. And the whole reason I did it was James Stanley talking junk at the beginning of the year, and I ain't even here. So it was a good time. I hate we couldn't get the cart a little better tonight, but we was glad to bring home the championship.
Yeah, you look at the guys who've won this championship. I mean, Bentley Kuhn, Tim Nye twice, LJ McCleary, Jason Denny. Your name's now with them in the Cup Series championship, and I know that's a great company to be with, of course. But it's always fun to come out here and run a Cup Series and just to have your name on that trophy.
Absolutely. I can't say I want to be my name nestled beside Tim Nye's anywhere, but that was a lot of fun. This whole deal was a lot of fun. We enjoy it. We appreciate it, all y'all do.
Well, we'll talk to Tyson Freeze here in a little bit when we talk to all of our champions from the year. Well, down here with our winner tonight in the Hearts HVAC Cup Series feature, Caleb Kennard. Dude, what's the deal? You're like really fast all of a sudden.
Well, that's a brand new motor. First time I brought a new motor to this series, which, I mean, that's not like it really has a lot to do with it. We just worked really hard on tires these past couple days. Past couple races, we kind of slacked off for some of the Saturday night stuff, and
You know, we might be racing this Saturday, but I didn't let it take away from this deal because I knew Tyson probably was going to, you know, win the championship unless he didn't show up. So I at least had to make it hard on him somehow.
Well, the Red Dale Earnhardt won the Rookie of the Year, so he's got that going. Winston Cup rookie. Congratulations, man. Well, David Kropps, when he's not driving miles and miles and miles on the road to go to a racetrack, you're at a racetrack racing. So, man, I'm really happy to see you finish third here tonight. A good run.
Yeah, went back and put a little bit of work into it. Really didn't do any work to the tires, but just setup-wise, first off, I want to thank Racing Electronics, Millbridge Speedway, DNQ Series for all they do. You know, this is a really fun series, and it's nice to come out here and play and have fun.
So you got the Treaded Tire race coming up here, and that's really what we're looking forward to. Have you looked at that high line yet? It looks like it could be where you're going to roll.
Yes, I played with the high line down here in 3 and 4 a little bit. You know, felt pretty confident. I felt better down low in 1 and 2, but, you know, as the night goes on, that'll change.
We'll see what David Kropps has when we run this Treader race. I got a feeling he's going to be back here in a few minutes. Good job. Busch Series feature lineup. Jamie Knopf in the spec engine in the front row and Kyle Brown on the outside row.
Roddy Carroll and Hunter Weaver.
Third row, we got our man Nigel Standish and then Blake Cisneros in the 94.
Welcome back, Zach Marquardt. Hasn't raced in a while. He's been in the 94.
David Markham and Austin Jones.
There's the Busch Series starting line. A little bit short on this field, but hey, we've got some other stuff going on here tonight as well. Here's the Busch Series information. This series will be the same next year with heftier fines for cheating. So don't mess around with the engines, or we'll find the shit out of you. That's basically what's going to boil down to nowadays. I'm not playing around with that stuff anymore. I get really sick of having to check these engines all the time. So if you're going to cheat, you're going to pay for it. That money will go towards a purse at the end of the year. 5-star tire specialties in car.
Fuck that, it should go towards my championship ring.
Yeah, I need to. David Markham has a camera tonight, so we'll get to see what the back of the field has to offer.
Can we just throw a big-ass party at the end of the year with that money?
I mean, we could. Ghostface Brewing, we're going to have a small get-together at Ghostface after Thanksgiving. So, Bill.
Yeah, we should make it with Ghostface and scores.
Yeah. Green flag is out. We are underway, and Blake Cisneros, Blake Scissors,
Blake Scissors
is here. He's one of the big names in the Southeast, so see if we can give Jamie a run for his money as the field gets rolling here for the DNQ Carroll Tractor and Trailer Repair Busch Series feature.
Jamie Knopf, the only number 48 worth a buck.
And he's orange. He's not pink and purple.
Yeah, like that.
He's just got this shit figured out, man. He's like old man winter or father time when it comes to go-kart racing. If you could even see his back bumper when you finish the race, you've done pretty good. You know what I mean? You can't really knock yourself. If you can beat him, you're really king dingling that night. There's nothing anyone can take away from you. You know, he's really the barometer, like the stick you want to measure yourself by.
The best part is when he comes to these races, he shows up with one set of tires in the back of the truck. So, you know, he's having fun, and that's cool for him to come race out here, and people get to race with him.
Yeah, that's cute, though, but he took that one rack, that one set of tires off his rack of 3,000 and he shot.
Oh, absolutely.
He's measuring his...
Look, I only come in the back of a truck with one set of tires.
He's just got it figured out. I mean, decades of experience. He's got his own prep line with the Pink Magic preps. He knows exactly what this track needs. Again, just staying within a sniff of him. As we're on board with the back marker, David Markham, you know, it's a feather in your cap if you can even just hang with him at this point.
Would you call him the back Markham?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
I didn't know if that was too cheesy
be a
or not.
rear entry cam.
Yeah, that's about just along the lines of that. David, just get in the treaded class next year. You won't have to worry about tires. David Markham has had, and there are a couple when we had the Real Cup races that, you know, we had Buzzkirk raced in and everything, built engines. David came close to winning a couple of those a couple times. So it just never happened.
A few races where Timmy Niger and Eisenhower and some of those guys blew up, and he was the only one left, and he almost won it.
The Markham backstretch at AAR Speedway is still one of my favorites.
Jesus.
One of my favorite things that both of them flipped. As we're watching this.
I thought he died.
He tried his best to end up in orbit as we got Standish in the bottom making a move here, looking like the champion that he is. He hit that wall so hard. I thought he was going to land in Virginia by the time he came back down, but luckily he was all right.
Yeah, and Kyle Brown doing pretty well tonight. He's in second place, and we got Blake Scissors in third, trying to run down Jamie Knopf. And Scissors running one of those go-karts that Austin Yarborough ran for a while, so he's in some good equipment.
Absolutely. Yeah, we know that's good shit. I mean, Austin Yarborough, that's a name that comes with lineage. So we know it wasn't just him. He might be an NDF, and that go-kart's just good.
Yeah, and he's running against a regular right now. He's going to cut down and wow. Arrow loose right there. I mean, did you see that, Bill?
Yeah, Eric Almirola can even run good in a good car. So, I mean, that might be what we're looking at.
How about this package?
Exciting.
How about this package?
I'm riveted.
This is a 550 package race.
Look, Jamie Knopf is just wearing these boys out.
It's so bad. Like, I mean, he's
Do
so
you think
good,
he's lifting
but like,
or no?
It ain't even close, man. I mean, look at this field. There he goes.
Do the other drivers get the data from Jamie Knopf's ECU? Can they see what he's doing?
I mean, I'm sure we can make it public in DNQ in the year 3000 when we get that technology. And
what about the body scanner? Do the other teams get that information?
They need to. I mean, when they go through our DNQ Hawkeye, which is our old man Mike and his glasses, he can draw with a pencil on a piece of paper what it looked like to him, and then maybe the teams can get an idea.
Let's
Up until
remind
that, he's
everyone
just
at
going to
home.
kick everybody's fucking teeth in as the caution is out with a 5 to go caution. Can anybody wreck Jamie Knopf?
He's beating everyone's ass with a spec engine fresh off the shelf from Harbor Freight. So,
Yes,
so
that
keep
is
that
an
in
engine
mind.
that we bought like that day of the race.
He is just doing this with his chassis settings and just pure talent. You know what I mean? And just waxing that ass on everyone else behind him.
But when you're that old, think about how shrivelly his balls are. He doesn't have that much longer to get this done.
No, this is it. I mean he's
his
got
balls are the last thing that come to my mind, to be honest with you.
I mean, 48 is his age.
Well,
Bradley-
Blake Scissors may get a run at him here if he doesn't watch it.
The Bill,
Only
do
a few
you
laps
think
to
he's
go.
been saving his shit
Do you
up?
think they're shriveled and tight or hang down low and splash in toilet water?
I don't want to know.
Like a witch's kiss, but
Yes,
worse.
exactly right.
White flag in the air for old wrinkly bald Jamie Knopf as he is going to try to take home the win if Blake Scissors doesn't dump him as they go into 3 and 4.
Send it off in there, Blake. Come on, pussy.
Can't get it done. Knopf is going to take home the win. Let's go down and talk to him. Well, Jamie Knopf down here in victory lane again, and I'll tell you what, watching you guys come here and then Ciceros, I don't know how to say his actual last, Scissors, Blake Scissors. You guys had a pretty good race there. I'll tell you what, I bought this engine today at Harbor Freight off the shelf, and somehow, some way, you won this race. I mean, this should tell everybody in this series is all about tires. But another great win for you as well. You're just building a legacy down here in DNQ, winning all these races.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch Timmy Nye's record. It's like Kyle Busch trying to reach Richard Petty's, but it's a lower level, like Kyle Busch does in the Nationwide or Xfinity and the trucks. But yeah, it's awesome to come up here and run on Wednesday night. Man, ain't much else you can do on a Wednesday and have this much fun. The track was in great shape. It was a little slick off that corner, and other than that, it was great. Cart handled great, just held it to the floor.
So it's Pink Magic Tire Prep Fall Final Night, and you guys sponsor the ARCA Series, and you sponsor tonight. What is it about DNQ that makes you want to be part of it?
Just another time to get to race. I just love to race. So if you raced on Mondays, we'd be back Monday or Thursday. But yeah, we go on every weekend racing somewhere. And I was in Iowa about a month ago, and a little kid come up to me and said, "Man, I watched you race the DNQ on TV." And so that was pretty awesome. So he's about 8 years old, so that was pretty cool. Somebody halfway across the country watches me race on DNQ on YouTube.
Well, Jamie Knopf, not only does he do very well in here, he has his own tire prep line, Pink Magic Tire Prep. Go check it out. Definitely a great line to use when you're racing. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Blake Niceros finishes second here tonight. Blake, I know you're in some legendary equipment here, but a P2 finish to Jamie Knopf probably doesn't feel that bad.
No, I feel like if we didn't either start too far back or had one more lap on that start, I feel like we could have maybe pulled a move off in the last corner. But track was great. Got to thank Matt, Phantom Racing Chassis, Bo. It was a good night. Just came to have some fun and just race more, and that's what I like doing. So
it's very different in DNQ than what you guys do on a national level. It's double file restarts, 5 to go caution. Is that what makes it fun, knowing that even though this guy's leading, he's got half a track on, you were going to throw the caution with 5 to go?
Yeah, it throws just like a mix in it. You know, could win at the last second, you know. So I enjoyed that. It was fun.
Well, second place finish here tonight in his debut. Very good run. Thank you, sir. Well, our ARCA Series champion will finish third tonight in the Busch Series race. And in the Busch Series, you're going to end up second in points to Robert Showalter, who decided to opt out of this race, which let him win the championship. But another good year in this series. Was it from running the ARCA Series that made this series so good for you this year?
I think, I mean, if you go back to the intercourse race, the Busch race, I mean, we had them covering the ARCA race. I wish we could have not broke our caster block because, I mean, we finished last. That killed us. So overall, good night. Got to get through the tech barn. That's obviously priority number one. But, I mean, we finished second to Knopf, and that guy's got a fire suit, so he's got to be good. So, you know, it was a good night.
A great season for Nigel Standish, and even in the Busch Series and ARCA Series, but a great night and a great finish here tonight as well. Thanks.
Out here, a man isn't measured by where he started. Just where he finishes.
Up out of turn 4, takes the Rumble win!
Champions one race at a time.
2020 Cup Series starting lineup. LJ McCleary and Mike Rott will be on the front row.
Fuck, LJ McCleary's still racing. Adam Belch and Father Time.
Mike Conrino and C.J. Winslow.
Ryan Richmond and David Krups will round out the field. Joey Gase rounds out the field. I forgot about that.
Ringer.
This is the treaded,
shit.
treaded Hoosier Cup Series. Green flag is out. This is your Cup Series rules for next year, as we have got a gaggle of carts. These guys are running the non-prepped Hoosier tires. They've got 4 inches of stagger, so they are definitely a little bit more sideways than they're expecting, and this is already great. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. This is way better than watching what we just watched.
You know, this package takes it out of the engineer's hands and puts it back in the driver's crotch. Do you have the testicles to hang that high line, bang that berm, and get those trots running high on the outside to pass everybody? This is what the fans will pay to come and see.
Fuck yeah, ripping the fence, banging the boards.
I love it. I mean, you could already tell these guys are completely sideways. You look on Mike Rott's in-car camera. He's driving the shit out of this thing, and that's what we're trying to get out of this series. And you know what? When you get LJ McCleary and Adam Wells, these two guys are probably some of the best that are out there racing each other. This is great racing right now.
I mean, LJ McCleary's been around for a minute. He's driven about every goddamn thing and won everything that he's ever sat in. So it's really no surprise that he's up here pacing the field.
Yeah, they're turning right pretty hard too. I mean, it's fun to watch at least. I got to say that as he's trying to get him run on him. But they're a groove up from the bottom, as you'll see here.
Yeah, it's that progressive banking that Jeremy and Ashley have built into the Millbridge Speedway here. So you want to run up a little bit of a little higher and bang that right rear into that extra banking and get that drive off. You know, Bob, I wouldn't be surprised if we see names like Casey Kane or Rickety Shithouse or Kyle Larson coming out here to run next year because this series has taken off and this is the right package to have.
Bob, is it true that Shithouse is committed full-time to DNQ next year?
I don't know yet. I cannot confirm that or deny it, to be honest with you, at this point in time. There's still talks going on.
I heard he has a relationship with a old competitor of ours, Brandon Nubb.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do they have a little team they're forming? Maybe
I don't know. Nubb went to Raleigh to secure funding, so that's all I know about it. Is
my man.
Shitty Nubb Motorsports.
Secure the bag.
There you go. A little slide job from McCleary. He's going to take the lead from Adam Welsh. And this gaggle of carts behind him. And there it is, the 5 to go caution. I cannot wait to see what happens here with this 5 to go caution. You know what, Bradley? I don't know. I think somebody may get a case of the runs as this race goes on here if they get up top. Green flag, we're back underway.
Just let the Here we go. There's sideways.
Well, you know what? If you're on board with Mike Rott, look how sideways these karts are. They're turning right more than they're turning left, and I love it.
Yeah, you know the top usually gets a big run, and right now I'm smelling a hot fart back and forth.
There it is. C.J. Winslow got a case of the runs, and he's got some runs coming off the top side of this racetrack. Can he get to the front? I don't know. He's running that high line. I don't know. He's definitely burning farts right now for sure.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, he'll get to the front. He'll be able to throw that blinker on, pull down low, and drive underneath everybody else and get to the front here. He's definitely the fastest man on the racetrack right now.
Cuts down underneath him, gets a little sideways right there, breaks his momentum, but Mike Rott and Adam, oh my God, Mike Rott and Adam Welsh battling it out here. Looks like the bottom is not the place to be in this race. Looks like they're getting a little too sideways as the white flag is out.
Yeah, the runs are coming from the top. You see that white car straight goose stepping.
Coming off of 4, MJ McCool, Stephen McCleary. I don't know why that got me so good, but it got me. Takes the win. Let's go ahead, Doctor. Fucking goose stepping. Well, a little sneak peek into what is going to become the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series next year. And LJ McCleary, we go back to Cup racing next year with this package. You're a Cup champion. And I'll tell you what, you and Adam Welsh had such a great race out here. What was it like racing with this package?
It was great fun. You know, the car kind of slid around a little bit. You had to drive a little more. And me and Adam, that was so much fun. Don't have to wash tires, prep them, keep up after them. I'll definitely be back for next year.
So talk about running. Did you find that it was better to stay off the very bottom? Did you run a groove up? What was different about racing with this?
Yeah, I definitely felt like it was, especially down here in 3 and 4 lane and a half easy up higher was definitely faster for me. We got up off the corner better, so it's fun.
How does it feel to be back in victory lane?
Awesome. Feels like it's been a while.
LJ McCleary hasn't won in a while, but he has won this race here tonight. Well, a name we haven't seen in a while in the DNQ Karting Series, Mike Rott. Mike, you come in here, run this race tonight. You are very excited about this package. And next year, this is our Ghostface Brewing Cup package for next year. How was the racing from the driver's seat?
It was absolute blast. If you want to be out here on a loose track, these are the tires to be on. It was so much fun just to be out there and just dirt track racing.
So were you able to get runs on people, able to run different lanes and make it happen?
I was actually able to run the outside, and Welch was underneath me, and we just side by side the whole way through. We even did a crossover over here coming off, so it was an absolute blast.
So when we run Miltona in the winter, it's 50 laps. You can be able to do that for 50 laps?
I'll be here for that.
Second place finish for Mike Rott. A great run here tonight. Okay. Adam Wells finishes third here tonight. Adam, you led a lot of laps of that race, and then LJ McCleary got to you, and it seems like you guys were sliding around a bunch. And I'll tell you what, that was really fun to watch. How was it from the driver's seat?
It was a blast. I mean, you had to be so finicky getting in the corner. Like, if you overdrove the entry, you were not making it through the center. So it was you had to be on your toes, and you had to have fun. I mean, this is awesome. I can't wait till next year.
Yeah, this Cup Series here next year is going to be something else. I mean, if we have the lineup that we just had for this race, I mean, this is going to be great. And, you know, you were a big part of making this happen. You know, you guys came to us and said, hey, we think this may work, and this package works tremendously well. And for our Cup Series next year, you're going to have to do this for 50 laps, the first race of the year.
Yeah, that's going to be a blast, all right? So when we came to you, it was an idea, and we went with the hard tires. I'm on 2-plus-year-old tires on this thing and running good. So if you think you need brand new stuff, yeah, that's crap. I got plenty of used if you want to buy it. Works out great.
Adam Wells, third place here tonight. Led a bunch of laps, though. He's got to feel good about it.
That's a sound of refreshment. No question about it.
I got a question. Does camouflage actually work?
Let's see.
Wow. Huh. Did not see that coming.
Kind of the point.
Next year's Hooters Pro Cup starting lineup: Showalter on the pole, Nick Stroop on the outside pole.
Ronnie
They
Shirk,
really are.
Adam Welch in the 71 to make up the second row.
This is what happens when we.
Do all these fuckers just
Yeah, it's pretty much what
change
happened.
tires
That
and
is
go out there
exactly
and
what
run
happened.
again? Fucking Joey Gates last
They're the tires. These are the tire rules for next year. So there you go. If you want to race this series, that's what you do.
Make groove, grind.
That's
and
right.
Ty
I haven't seen
Sipes.
Ty Sipes in a long time. Maybe he'll come back now. He's got a lot of experience doing that.
Is he full-time?
He was. He works at Hendrick now, I think, with all those other guys. Him and Carver work at Hendrick.
Oh, yeah. He pushes.
Yeah.
I've seen him pushing the
So here we go. We got a couple in-car cameras. There they are. 5-Star Tire Specialties. Thank you for your sponsorship. Let's see.
Adam Welsh about to beat the back
So
bumper.
the Predator, I mean, we saw guys getting momentum in clones. The Predator, I bet it's probably even worse. You probably have to run higher. But we'll see as they take the green, and this is your Hooters Pro Cup Series for next
Or it
year.
might be slow as fuck and just run
Let's
around
see.
the bottom.
Stroop on the outside, and he is going to get the run as he goes down the backstretch, and he gets a hot fart, and he gets to the front.
Yeah, there you go. Pushes him right out.
I don't know, man. I think staying up top there and getting a case of the runs might be the case here for this series.
With these low horsepower spec engines, that's where you're going to want to be. The only thing is, you got to hold a pretty wheel. If you get too out of shape, if you get too much yaw in that cart and you're sawing on the wheel, you'll stop dead in your tracks when that weight sets down even across the rear axle, and it'll be like a boat anchor goes out, and whoever's underneath you is going to go away. So you got to make sure you find every ounce of talent you got and hold that pretty wheel on the high side, and then you'll definitely go to the front.
As we just saw on the in-car camera.
Yeah, guys like David Markham, who saw the wheel a lot, would not do good in this.
I see him. You saw Wells. He was turning right more than he was turning left. So it was like, hey, at least I got it's all that stagger, I guess. And let's go on board with Mike Contarino and see how he's running this thing. I don't know if he's doing the same thing right now. He's a little bit to the right.
Does he know what he's doing at all? He doesn't even have gloves.
I don't know. That's very ARCA of him.
Well, you really got to wholesale the entire fucking go-kart when you put this package on, because that right rear tire takes all the cross out of your go-kart. So all of a sudden that go-kart is just sitting on the right rear, nothing on the left rear, and you got to balance everything out. So let's see, who's the idiot that just put the tires on, didn't change anything? Who are the people that switched over, also made some updates? We're kind of seeing that cream rise to the top this evening.
But what I got to say is, look at how these guys are still bunched up. I mean, we watched a Busch and ARCA race. Those guys just checked out, and they were strung out. And now you look at this race right here.
We got to be careful there, Bob. That splitter got really close to that left rear. We know that can cut a tire down.
Or they'll just spin out on their own and bring the caution out. Just like, Stroop gets a little too high there on entry, and that's going to open the door for Showalter and Welsh. I mean, this is a great battle for the top three.
I'm a little horny. It's pretty good.
You can throw a blanket over him.
You got guys running the bottom, guys running the top, and let's see, you run the top, you get a run. So, I mean, this is definitely going to be a lot better racing next year, as we got a kart having an issue, but that's going to be our 5-to-go caution. And we're getting ready to see what happens here. You think anybody's got anything for these top three? Doesn't look like they're anywhere close.
Well, Bob, we haven't called Chase Elliott's name all night. I know that Chase is coming to an end. We're worried about those Hendrick cars getting through to the last round in Homestead. Will he even show up tonight to do anything?
I think here with...
Oh, the 3 wide, and they touch!
I think with 3 laps to go, Chase Elliott may show up and win this race.
We got to throw a caution first.
Yeah. Or a red flag when he's leading that lasts just run the field under yellow forever.
One of those debris cautions.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, watching Stroop and Welsh race each other here has been a lot of fun. Showalter kind of checked out there because they hit each other pretty hard. But
Bob, you know what I like about this series? You see those unsponsored cars running up there in the front.
The small teams.
It's like the truck series. The small teams. These tires, they level the playing field, and all that money, you could just burn it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because these tires equalize, the great equalizer.
Chalou Performance will 100% sell all these tires because the small teams race them.
They'll sponsor the Chalou Performance underperforming overperformer of the race.
Absolutely. White flag out for Robert Showalter. He's going to come off of turn 4, win the first Hooters Pro Cup feature. Congratulations to him. We'll go down and talk to him. We'll talk to our champions, and then we'll get out of here for the night. So let's go down and talk to him in Victory Lane. Robert Showalter down here, which is what is going to be next year Hooters Pro Cup, which is whatever some bullshit defunct series that we found we enjoy to call it. So how was it racing with these tires and a Predator? I noticed that in the clones, guys were kind of moving different lanes. They had more horsepower, but this year you're a little bit more packed up.
So that right there is fucking awesome. I love that tire package. It's a little more driver, I think. You kind of got to drive it a little bit more, but it's fun as shit. Definitely running that series next year. And yeah, so you get on the bottom and bog the motor down a little bit. You go up one lane and you find the grip up there, and the motor don't die as much with the Predator motor because you ain't got as much horsepower. But I really wanted to go up there on the high side, but I didn't. I don't know if I got a big enough balls to get the cushion, you know. So, but definitely that racing right there is fantastic. I had fun.
So you guys were big in implementing this deal. We spent a lot of time talking about this package and testing it recently. And so there are gear options for this next year. Did you gear more for the bottom side of the track or more for the top side?
So I didn't come to the test, and I guess you guys picked out a gear 62 to 66 in the back, and kind of went in the middle of the road there, and it seemed to work out pretty good. I don't know. I like in qualifying, it was up top and keeping the motor wound up, but then I went to the bottom and went 3/10 faster, and then went back over the top in the middle and turned the same time down there. So I mean, you just gotta make the perfect lap. I mean, if you get it a little too loose, you lose a little speed, and so there's a fine line there of keeping the ass in out too much or not, you know. So
a good win for Robert Showalter, and we're going to see what happens here next year. He is your Busch Series champion. We're going to talk to him again here in a minute. Adam Welsh finished second here tonight. Second, right? Yeah, second. Say whatever. Who gives a shit? All right, finished second here tonight again. What was different from this to the last race?
Okay, so these are they got a little bit more fun factor because you ain't got no horsepower and you're on a gear roll. So now you have to maintain momentum, and running the bottom, you can't do it. So it's like you turn in high, cut straight across the wall. Like it's fun. You have to figure out how to drive them compared to the clone. But again, no grip. Perfect. How I like it.
Adam Welsh, big part of this series here, so we're going to see how he does next year. Joey Gase finishes P3, and Joey, you came down here and tested when we had this test last time, and it seemed like you guys really enjoyed the package that was racing with. And, I mean, how was it here tonight running this race?
It was a lot of fun. It was a heck of a day for me. I drove my clone with my own kart, and then this is Josh's kart. He let me use it, and so we had to get it ready for this, plus the slicks and everything else. Plus, he weighs like 60 pounds more than me. So moving all the weight around and all that. I got his kart at 9 o'clock last night. So zero practice. It was a shit show. But I'm really glad we made it, and I love this package. It's kind of like if we didn't have any air or downforce in our Cup or Xfinity cars, you can drive anywhere, and it's all about momentum. So it's a lot of fun, and I think this is going to be the way to go for sure.
Joey Gase, third place finish here tonight in what will be the Hooters Pro Cup Series next year. Good run for Joey Gase tonight, but let's go down and talk to our Cup Series champion, Tyson Freeze. Well, your 2019 Hearts HVAC Cup Series champion is Tyson Freeze. Tyson, all year long, you've had a great year. You won a bunch of races here, and you were able to come home and take home this beautiful Winston Cup Series championship trophy presented by Hearts HVAC. Congratulations, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for all y'all do. The whole deal with this is James. We were bullshitting around one day in the shop, and he said, "I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna get that trophy. It's gonna sit on my mantle." I said, "I think I'm gonna go challenge you for that." And that's how the whole deal come around. But I can't talk shit on him too much. He let me borrow his engine tonight to race, and David Mayo, he let me race his kart one night when I was running the Busch Classic, I think. So it was cool, man. We have a lot of fun over here on Wednesday nights, and it sure beats the hell out of being at work.
I don't blame you at all. But you get your name with the list of champions that we said before. The prestige in this trophy is enough as it is. Will we see you run any of that treaded stuff next year?
I was just talking to some guys out there. That looked like a lot of fun. When you first announced it, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't think there'll be any interest. But, man, damn, there was 10 clones and quite a few Predators, I think, and some really good racing. So if I can get off work, and it just happened to work out this year where I could take off and if I can get off work some next year, I wouldn't mind trying that. That looked like a lot of fun.
Well, no matter what, Tyson Freeze is your 2019 Cup Series champion. Well, Ghostface Brewing is going to be our Cup Series sponsor next year, but this year they did the Heavy Cup Series, and Caleb Kennard, congratulations for your 2019 championship trophy. Like I said, you had such a good year in this Ghostface Brewing Heavy Cup Series, and it was definitely one for the record books. Congratulations.
I appreciate it, man. We just had everything right in that series throughout the year. Wish we could have had the luck we had in the Cup Series, but you know, nonetheless, Tyson's good in that, so I can't complain with running second to him. But you know, I think our worst finish in this series from last year and this year is second. So
I hear you. Here's your bottle of Andre. That is sparkling something. So enjoy it here in a minute. We're going to take a bunch of pictures, and congratulations.
absolutely, I appreciate it for you putting this deal on. It's probably some of the funnest racing I've ever done.
Well, congratulations again. We're going to celebrate here very soon. I'm going to do this real quick. You ready? You good? All right, we got one guy bitching, even though we did his interview last race. The Dash Series champion.
Champion picture, and I'm not.
You ran half the season. What the hell? I mean, you ran half a season.
Championship.
You did, but we celebrated that at the fair.
That's true.
So I mean, you can sit here and spray. I mean, you'll get it. You can get in the picture. I'm not saying you can't. I mean, you got the trophy and shit. We celebrated on your own.
That's true.
You got your own deal, man. I mean, what else? What else do you want? I mean, get in the picture for the Dash Series shit. You didn't even bring your trophy, half-ass.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he's a half-ass. Fuck out of here. Yep. Well, 2019 has been a great year for Robert Showalter. Robert, we're going to celebrate spraying shit here in a minute. Don't get shit all over my stuff. Here's your bottle of Andre to spray here in a little bit, and we want to present you with your 2019 DNQ Carroll Tractor and Trailer Repair Busch Series Championship Trophy. I tell you what, you had a really good year in this series, and you know what? It's been fun to watch you come racing it, but to be a champion is another thing. And thank you for running it all year, and congratulations.
Yeah, we had a blast. Our first race, I ain't done this for 20 years, and then we decided we were going to run go-karts this year, and so we went and bought a go-kart, and then I actually ended up buying Grayson Brookshire's kart that he sold, and I think it's been really fast. And our first race to come here, we sucked. I mean, I think I ran like 10th or 12th or something like that, and we went back to the shop and went to the drawing board. We built a chassis dyno, or not chassis dyno, but engine dyno, and I'd like to thank all my race teams that kind of sponsors me through what we get to do. I kind of feel like maybe we outmoneyed everybody a little bit by some technology and stuff like that, but hey, you know, racing's racing, and you know, you gotta try your best and try to get to all the gray areas and get as much as you can out of it. So I had a blast running this series. Definitely going to be back next year. And I want to thank all the competitors. It was a great year between me and Nigel running, and we had fun. It was great.
2019 champion Robert Showalter. Drink beer out of that here in a minute. All right, well, we are still in the midst of the tech procedure, but in good faith, we're going to go ahead and crown you the 2019 Pink Magic ARCA Series champion, Nigel Standish. You can no longer run that series anymore now that you're a champion, but we want to give you this bottle of Andre. And I'll tell you what, you had a hell of a battle there with Ronnie Shirk at the end. Talk to us about running this series all year and how it feels to be a champion.
Well, that's what we came to do. I wish we would have won more races. It looks like Ronnie just missed it on tires tonight. I mean, it's a shame that he didn't. I would have liked to race him for it, so that was too bad, but I mean, we'll take him any way we can get it. So it sucks I can't run here anymore, but we'll try that shredded Hoosier stuff and throw some sliders and end up flipped over and breaking my parts.
Well, talk about this series here in ARCA. I mean, there's a lot of competition that comes in and out of this series, so it's very hard to get consistently good runs running ARCA. How hard was it for you to get in here and have consistent finishes every week?
Yeah, I mean, we were pretty I think other than that race where we splattered my brains, I think we finished top 5 or 6 in every race. So consistency was our key. We only won the intercourse race, which that was a lot of fun. Can't wait for that again. But yeah, there's a lot of guys coming in and out, especially in the Busch Series. You got Jamie racing here more, which I mean sucks for us underfunded teams here. But it was a great series, and I see a lot of growth for it in the future.
Great season for Nigel Standish. He is your 2019 champion. All right, so stay recording. we're going to just record the whole time. We're going to take a bunch of pictures. They're going to spray their shampoo. All right, pictures with all 4 of you guys. Hold on. Let's take a look at the DNQ final point standings for the ARCA Series. Nigel Standish will take home the championship. Ronnie Shirk a close second, and the rest of the field.
Wow, Markham Brothers must have showed up to every race. 5th and 6th. Not bad.
They're a great patron of the DNQ series, and I know that everyone at DNQ appreciates their patronage, and we're glad they show up every month for the race.
Absolutely.
Nigel Standish.
Yep. Want to thank all those guys that did run all the races all year, and Ryan Balance for winning his first race as well. Let's take a look at the Carroll Tractor. Yeah, the Carroll Tractor Trailer Repair final point standings for the Busch Series. Robert Showalter will take home the championship in that. Standish second. Creepy Rob Bates just didn't get creepy enough to make it towards the championship there, Jason.
My boy David Markham, though, top 5 in the points. That's worth probably $300K or something like that.
You know, Creeps Bob Bates, man, he's been there. He's been lurking in the background with those self-tinting glasses, just leering at that top spot, but he can't quite get himself to reach out and just grab it. You know, just goose it a little bit and get to the front there and take over old Bobby Showtime spot there at the top.
Speaking of Bobby Showtime, he took home the Hooters Pro Cup. Final results for this race, he won the race. Adam Wells second, Joey Gase third, Contarino, Shirk Street, and Matt Hendricks. There you go. I thought that was a good race. The Treaded Predator race was really good, and I look forward to that series next year.
Hell yeah.
It's very promising, and I think you'll see the attendance at these races grow. I think Millbridge will have to put in additional seats and bleachers and staff that snack stand a little bit more to keep up with all the fans that are going to show up to see the 3-wide racing that we're going to see next season.
Definitely more Doritos and Mountain Dew, hands down.
For reals.
And like leaded Mountain Dew, not sugar.
Leaded Mountain Dew.
The leaded Mountain Dew. All right. This is Heavy Cup Series final championship standings. Caleb Clenardon took home the championship. Ryan Richmond, CJ Winslow, top 3 in Heavy Cup championship. Seems like the top 5 showed up to most of the races. So
David Mayonnaise almost beat Father Time.
Almost. He got DQ'd from a race, so I think that pretty much hurt him. I like that Curtis Markham still races.
Hell yeah.
Still got it. Still got it.
You know, it gives me hope. I wake up every morning, my back hurts, I got my shit job, but I look at Curtis Markham still racing and go, you know what? I can do that shit too. There's still hope for me.
Yeah, but that's got good bragging rights because he beat Jason Radcliffe, who was in PA.
This is the Hearts HVAC Cup Series final championship standings. Tyson Freeze and Caleb Kennard were the only 2 that kind of ran this all year, along with Curtis Markham. And that's why we're not running this series anymore. Or it's moving to the treaded stuff. So that's, we got to do what we got to do. I'm not running the series with 3 carts. So there you go, Hearts HVAC. This is the Cup Series for next year, and there's your top 9 racers tonight. McCleary and Welsh had a hell of a race towards the end.
OJ McCleary can flat out get it done. That boy needs some sponsorship, and he needs to be able to run full-time up front every series. But we all know that racing isn't based on talent, and it's only based on money. So he's fine.
I got to say, McCleary is one of the smoothest guys I've ever seen race. And if they run this series, if he runs this series full time, he may have a shot at winning the championship easily. He could be your first repeating Cup champion since Tim Nye. But want to thank everybody for being part of this year in DNQ racing as the Winston Cup trophies out there. Tyson Freeze has it. That's one of our favorite trophies to have.
First repeating champion since Tim Nye. He's on his 4th
right.
wife since then.
Let's put it this way. If you bring a girl home and she sees that cup trophy up over your bed, she's coming back for a second time. I guarantee it. It instantly makes you that much better of a lover.
Yeah. I mean, you look at these champions this year, Showalter, Standish, Tyson Freeze, Caleb Kennard. It was a fun year of DNQ racing, but I really look forward to the treaded stuff. I really think that's what the future of our series is going to be. We didn't come up with it. Somebody at Jonesboro, Cartway, or whatever it was, did it. And everybody was all about it, so you know what? We said give it a shot.
Credit. This is DNQ.
Yeah, and after, you know what? After seeing it tonight, there's going to be a lot of special races here, and it's going to be a great series for next year. But I want to congratulate all of our champions. And I want to thank you guys for commentating these races as well.
Of course, my pleasure, Bob.
And I live for it. I've got nothing else to do. I'm a very sad individual, so I'm glad to be here.
I accept $100 bills and sexual favors. You can't give one without the other.
Well, Bill and Jay-Z, thank you for being a part of the DNQ series. I want to thank everybody that watches the videos online and everybody involved in the DNQ series that runs in it. We'll see you guys in 2020. Whatever. That's all I got. See you.
Bye.